I never thought that Pokémon would become a firefighter one day, and Pokémon would become a traffic policeman. Even Pokémon would become a resident singer in the bar. Pokémon could be seen everywhere on the street. Everyone lived in peace, and all this was thanks to the man Howard. Thanks to his efforts, such a harmonious scene was created. However, a drug called R7 appeared. When Pokémon took it, they would completely lose their minds and become extremely cruel. In order to find out the murderer behind the scenes, Howard finds Tim and Pikachu and says a secret. In fact, he had hired Tim's father to investigate two gases a year ago. As a result, an accident occurred in the middle of the process. The one who attacked them was Mewtwo, created by the murderer behind the scenes. However, Mewtwo did not kill Pikachu, but only erased his memory. After that, Pikachu returned to the apartment alone, according to the address on the hat. He happened to meet Tim, who came to pack clothes for his father. The reason why Howard called them over was that he wanted to continue to help track down the matter. Tim was very excited to know that his father was still alive. After he returned home, Tim sorted out the clues his father had investigated. Soon he made a discovery, so he brought Pikachu to an underground fighting arena. Various Pokémon duels were held here every day. When the man saw Pikachu, he looked like chicken blood. He immediately rushed down from the stage and said, "Well, Pikachu's on the boat. Almost wrecked my prize Charizard." The man wanted Charizard and Pikachu to fight again to avenge the previous shame. Pikachu walked into the fighting arena with small steps. He didn't take his opponent seriously at all. Pikachu walked into the fighting arena waving his little fist. His opponent was a ferocious Charizard. He's dealt with these putts before, so he'll just do it again. Pikachu got scared and wanted to escape from the fighting field because Charizard's master had just given him a gas. His fighting power had increased dozens of times. He would be torn to pieces. But the battle had already started. Then he came to the side and released 100,000 volts. The whole place suddenly became silent, looking forward to his winning rubbish. It's not working. He forgot how to use his powers. The crazy Charizard blew flames. For such behavior of Pikachu, he felt insulted and wanted to cut him into pieces. Looking at the Charizard that was approaching step by step, Pikachu used a super special move. It turned out that Tim stepped on Charizard's tail. This was his reverse scale and could not be violated. At the critical moment, Pikachu jumped on his head to disrupt his vision. Charizard swung its tail, but Tim held it tightly. Charizard kept flapping its wings to throw him and Pikachu off. Unexpectedly, it knocked its master to the ground in the middle of the way. What's more terrifying is that the tubes containing R7 in the master's clothes all broke and soon spread to every corner. All Pokémon instantly lost their minds and became extremely brutal. Pikachu was quick-witted and threw Magikarp in front of Charizard to stimulate him. The evolved Magikarp rolled his eyes, looking at the Charizard in front of him. Pikachu started to act cute and pitiful again. Suddenly, the Magikarp behind them evolved into Violent Dragon. Charizard immediately dropped his head like a good kid and admitted his defeat. Volunteer Dragon rushed them out with a mouthful of 82-year-old saliva. Afterwards, Tim found the reporter Lucy to help investigate a laboratory, because they had already forced out the source of the R7 during the chaos in the fighting arena. Lucy didn't want to help at first, but who can refuse a cute Pikachu? It didn't take long for Lucy to find the location of the laboratory. There was an accident there last week. It has been blocked, but coincidentally, Tim's father had a car accident on that day. In order to find out the truth as soon as possible, they secretly cut the outer wire mesh and sneaked in and found the control inside the advanced new video in the country revealed that Mewtwo was also a victim. He was imprisoned in the experimental chamber by scientists. The main component of the R7 was extracted from Mewtwo, but an accident occurred last week. The internal power system was damaged. Mewtwo escaped. The powerful shockwaves spread all around. But before they could be happy, they found that the earth was shaking and the mountain tilted violently. It turned out that this was not a mountain, but the turtle shell Pikachu was dying and was about to walk to the end of life. At this time, a garlic turtle appeared. It was Tim who carried Pikachu through the grass, crossing the stream, coming to a mysterious valley. Under the elves' test, Tim put Pikachu on the stone platform. After a while, Mewtwo appeared. He raised his hand and shot a ray of light on Pikachu's body. Pikachu flew into the air. After being infused with Mewtwo's powerful energy, Pikachu woke up quickly. At this time, Mewtwo slowly said something. The two didn't understand what he meant. So Mewtwo raised his hand and shared his memory with Tim. It turned out that it was Pikachu who destroyed the power system of the laboratory. Mewtwo was rescued and escaped from the secret laboratory. But just when the truth was about to be revealed, Tim suddenly returned to reality, because 4 machines appeared behind Mewtwo to restrain him. A mysterious man also came out. It turned out to be Howard's son. Soon Mewtwo was caught in the pre-prepared experimental cabin. At the same time, Pikachu was very disappointed and blamed himself. He thought that he had killed Tim's father. He wanted to find a place to be quiet. Then he walked alone on the road and secretly wiped his tears. Unknowingly, he came to the place where the incident happened. Pikachu suddenly remembered everything. It turned out that the one who attacked them at that time was the fake Mewtwo, and Mewtwo actually came to save them. On the other side, Tim came to Howard's office and told everything that had just happened. The laboratory where Mewtwo was imprisoned rose from the ground. Howard successfully seized Mewtwo's body through the neural connection device on his head. No one expected that he was the real mastermind, and his purpose was very simple: use the 2 gases to make all Pokémon lose their minds. When Pikachu arrived, the whole city has fallen apart. Although the opponent was an unrivaled strongman, but Pikachu still wanted to give it a try. He rubbed his claws on his dimples to gather all the strength in his body. Then he lay on the balloon and used his tail to throw out electric balls to fight Mewtwo. As a result, Pikachu was blown away by the electric wave and fell on the rooftop, but he didn't have any gas inside. They again start this Pokémon battle